The mighty struggles for the Toronto Blue Jays continue as they have now lost 6 straight games. They're 55-88, and they have lost 9 of their last 10 against the Tampa Bay Rays. And they lost 5-3 today in Anthony Kay's first big league start, and I thought he was awesome. You know, Anthony Kay was one of the 2 pieces acquired in the Marcus Stroman trade on July 31st, I guess at the trade deadline, and a lot of people questioning the move when they were made and everything, and the numbers Anthony Kay put up in AAA Buffalo were astounding. Simeon Woods-Richardson's numbers in Dunedin, remarkable, and so now we, as Blue Jay fans that are still left, got to see what Anthony Kay is about, and I loved it. He's got that mid-90s fastball. Looks like he's got about 91, 92 mile an hour, like a cutter type of thing. And that curveball slider thing he has is absolutely dirty. He made a lot of guys look silly today. Now, ideally, they don't know him, right? So it's his very first start in the big leagues. But I thought he was awesome. He ended up going 5 2/3, about 4 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. Such a Blue Jays franchise record for strikeouts in a big league debut. And a great job in itself. 8 Ks through 5 2/3. Walked 3 guys. But, you know, you look at those numbers, you're like, well, I think all 3 walks happened in the last 2 innings of when he pitched. You know, he had 2 out and nobody on in that 6th inning. Then he walked 2 guys, which, you know, he had to get pulled after that. But he did an incredible job. Like I said, only gave up 4 hits in over 5 2/3. Couple runs. A lot of people who love looking at ERAs. 3.18. I thought he was spectacular. The curveball was working well. He was throwing strikes for the most part. I thought he looked really good. I love the look of Anthony Kay there early on. I mean, it's his first start in the big leagues. It's really hard to tell what our feelings are on him early, but I like what I saw. Against a very potent, very good Tampa Bay Rays lineup, he corralled them pretty good. And, you know, the stupid part was one of their hits in that 2-run inning was a little blooper over Rowdy Tellez at first base. I mean, that's tough play, right? You know, and that's not going to happen more often than not. So, for example, you know, I thought he was really good, and we talked about these young pitchers the Jays have, Waguespack, Trent Thornton, guys like that. When they get into trouble, they have issues. Now, Waguespack maybe not as much, but a lot of Trent Thornton, when he gets into trouble, he has a very tough time getting out of it. Other than the bases loaded walk that Anthony Kay had in, I think it was the 4th inning where he gave up those 2 runs. Yeah. He limited the damage. You know, I think it was bases loaded, 1 out, and he only allows the 1 run to cross. Yeah, it was bases loaded walk with 2 out, which sucks, but you allow 1 run across in the bases loaded situation. Great job, and it allowed the Blue Jays to get back into the ball game because in the top of the 6th, the Blue Jays played some small ball. They looked really good. And I'm thinking, wow, where did this team come from? You know, Biggio struck out to start the inning. Then Rowdy Tellez singled, which we didn't really care about. Then Vladdy doubles down the left field line. And we're like, okay, now we have runners at 2nd and 3rd. This is your inning late. How are they going to capitalize? And then Justin Smoke walks and the bases are loaded. Meanwhile, this is all against Charlie Morton, one of the best pitchers in baseball. But it took till the 6th inning for the Blue Jays to get anything going. Then Reese McGuire singles to right field. Tellez comes in, making it a 2-1 ball game. Then Jonathan Davis singles to center field. Guerrero comes in, and we're tied. Then Billy McKinney crushes the ball to center field. Not deep enough to get a grand slam, but enough to bring a sacrifice fly in to score. And the Blue Jays were out in front 3-2. Now, as you guys know from the final score, that didn't really hold. The bullpen kind of blew up after that, and that was the end of that. But what I saw today, and the eyes were all going to be on Anthony Kay. People have now seen Vladdy and Bo. Bo actually went 0 for 5 in the ballgame. Rough day for Bo Bichette. But again, you know, when your top 2 guys in your lineup go 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts, you're not going to win a lot of games that way. Now, we all remember Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is still injured, and he'll be back very, very shortly, it sounds, to end the season. It's great to hear. But that's a huge piece in the middle of the lineup that you're missing. And we continue to forget that But for Gurriel, he's dearly missed. And again, for the Blue Jays, you just look to grind out the rest of the year, guys. I mean, I know you guys are having a tough time watching this, and a lot of you guys probably aren't watching this, and I don't blame you. But again, I'm here to do this for you guys. It's a grind nonetheless, but I'm here and we're doing it, all right? So, Rowdy Tellez 1 for 2 in the ball game with the runs scored, and he got hit by he got hit twice in the ball game. Excuse me. Vladdy went 1 for 4 with a run scored. Smokey 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Reese McGuire continues to hit the ball extremely well. 1 for 4 with an RBI. Great to see for Reese. And Jonathan Davis, he had a great ball game. 2 for 4 with an RBI. The only guy in the ball game who had 2 hits. Batting average went up to 158. It's still not very good. But again, positives for Jonathan Davis. A 2-hit game. I don't know if he had both against Charlie Morton. It might have been, actually. So it's great to see for Jonathan Davis getting the job done there for the Blue Jays. And for Derek Fisher, I think I've had enough. I mean, he went over 3 with 3 strikeouts in the game. He just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if there's any potential there. I don't know what to say about Derek Fisher, guys. I want to try and have faith in the guy. I really, really do. But he's doing nothing to show us any type of faith. He's striking out a lot, making careless errors in the field. He hasn't really made up with it with his speed, which we've heard about a lot of. It hasn't been very appetizing for Derek Fisher. Now, I mean, Aaron Sanchez is injured, and Biagini hasn't been any good, and Cal Stevenson hasn't really grown for them in the minor leagues. So if you're looking at that trade and going, well, it hasn't worked out for either team yet. All right, so we're gonna kind of take it for what it is and move on from it, all right? So we talked about Anthony Kay's fantastic outing. Jason Adam went in third of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, and a strikeout. Not a great time for him. Derek Law went out, and you know what? He did a really good. He was out there in a pretty damn good situation. The Jays were up 3-2, and obviously Jason Adam gave up the run to tie the ball game. But Derek Law came in with a guy at second and nobody out, and got out of it. No runs given up. Clean inning, 1 walk and a strikeout for Derek Law. Good to see out there for him. Jordan Romano faced 1 guy, walks him, and picks up the loss. I mean, that's a tough night for Jordan Romano. Tim Mesa comes out. It was a collective awful inning by the Blue Jays. As Romano walked a guy, Tim Mesa gave up a hit and had an earned run in that 1 inning. And then Ryan Tepera went two-thirds of an inning and gave up a hit. Didn't allow an earned run, but contributed to that debacle of an inning there for the Blue Jays in that. I think it was the what inning did they score those runs there? It was in the bottom of the 8th. So it's just a tough one there for the Blue Jays, as we've talked about a lot lately. All right, and they look to end this 6-game losing streak tomorrow afternoon. It's a 1:10 first pitch at Tropicana Field. Jacob Waguespack on the mound for the Blue Jays, and coming off the injured list right in time for the playoffs, Tyler Glasnow is on the mound for the Rays there tomorrow afternoon in the finale of the 4-game set, as the Jays look to avoid the 4-game sweep, which would be not fun at all. But we're going to have to wait and see how it all plays out, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys did not enjoy the ball game today, but you enjoyed Anthony Kay's debut, smack the like button. We appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on Anthony Kay's first big league start. I thought he looked great. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And, guys, if you are interested in joining Evan, myself, and another buddy of mine, we are doing a fantasy hockey pool. If you guys are interested, go sign up down below. The link is in the description to join the league. Please do so. There's spots available. If you guys are interested, go check it out, guys. The link is in the description. And check out my main man, Mo Buckets, on Twitter, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Again, when there is highlights, he posts them, but there hasn't been a lot lately, so he's just been doing post-game and pre-game and all that stuff. So go check it out, guys. Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys in the finale of the 4-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow afternoon. 1:10 first pitch at the Tropicana Field in Florida. Jacob Waguespack, Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. 1:10 first pitch at the Trop. We'll talk to you guys then.